So Marvel and Disney Plus has dropped the Punisher One Last Kill special, and I thought this was an interesting choice for Marvel and Disney Plus to do to make a special presentation about the Punisher. Especially considering this is the first TV Marvel special since 2022 with Werewolf by Night, and it's a color version the following year, and Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So it's kind of crazy that it took like 4 years, like 4 years, yeah, to make a new special Marvel characters, and John Bernthal Marvel decided to do one around the Punisher, because not only does he star as the Punisher, but John Bernthal co-wrote it, and I think he produced it as well. Which is kind of awesome, honestly. So in this special, the Punisher is pretty much done with as the Punisher, but he doesn't feel like he doesn't have nothing left to do. Meanwhile, unfortunately, the town is chaotic. Dogs are killing dogs, are attacking people, and Frank Castle is haunted by his allies like Curtis and Karen Page, and also visits the grave of his family, and has flashbacks of his family, but eventually villain comes along, Ma, to tell, and where she was from the past, where she killed her son in front of her, and unfortunately got her legs injured. And decide to make a revenge, and tells that people are gonna come after him, and then which led to the Punisher, to Frank Castle, to once again become to finally become the Punisher again. So this is a 15-minute special, and I thought it was solid. It was nothing spectacular, but it was all right. I feel like it was too short. I would like it to be an hour long or more. Um, it kind of felt like a TV pilot, like a pilot to a new Punisher show. Honestly, like this will be like episode one to a new Punisher revival, kind of like Daredevil Born Again type of Punisher show. But it's not. It's just like a one-off special, and and but but for what we got in the special, it's actually not bad, honestly. I thought I had a good time watching it. Um, first of all, John Bernthal is always great as the Punisher. He is the Punisher. He carries the role. I really think he gives a lot of emotion and range to the role, especially probably my favorite scene in the special, the scene where he talks to his family's grave, because it is really haunting sequence, showing like flashbacks to his kids and his wife. Meanwhile, he's pointing a gun at his head, and he sees his like daughter getting shot, blood in her torso, and then also the family getting killed, and sees that his daughter Lisa as another hallucination, and it's a very dark, emotional scene. Like, Punisher is one of the most dark and tragic characters, and this special shows why. That's the case. Man, like, yeah, that scene was very, very, very haunting and intense and emotional sequence. Honestly, and I thought seeing the return of Curtis as a hallucination antagonizing Frank Castle, and also thought it was interesting to see he was an ally in the Punisher show alongside Madani, which I thought was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. And also he sees Karen Page, who of course is a big ally to him, especially ever since Daredevil season 2 and the Punisher show. And it's also kind of an emotional scene as well, especially when they hug. It was nice to see Deborah and Will again. I mean, it's been like last week since we saw her, but it's cool to see her and Punisher reunite, especially since he wasn't in the season 2. And I really thought Ma was an interesting villain. She is not in the special a lot, but I thought her mother's line, I thought her scene with like confronting the Punisher, talking to him about her past is It's kind of interesting conversation, honestly. Um, and I thought some of the criminals and thugs like one of them, of course, like throwing a dog at a car by owned by an old man was a very, very mean character, like a terrible person. There's a lot of criminals. The town is crazy in this special. The town is all is a messed up town in this special. Um, but let's talk about the action. As I expect from a Punisher project, is very brutal. It's very violent. There's a lot of blood. Of course, Punisher slaughters the bad guys throughout the like the third half of the special. I almost said pilot, but yeah, special. And every time he fights someone, it's very intense. Whether it's like a knife or a gun or like a wrench. I don't think no, he didn't do a wrench, like a stick. It's a very brutal fight sequences, especially when he saves a family. It's a very brutal scene, especially when he taps a dude with like multiple times and blood started coming out of his mouth. It's very it's very intense. Um, and I really thought the scene where he so yeah, the action in this special is very intense, but also fun as well. And I really thought the ending of the special uh was solid, where the Punisher gets into Punisher gear now, which looks awesome. I really like the new outfit of Punisher, but unfortunately he will not. Unfortunately, this will probably be the only time he will be like that, since he's not gonna be like this and like not gonna look like this because in Spider-Man Brand New Day, he will look just like mostly like Punisher, as we saw like in the original show or in Born Again, with like clean shaven and short hair. Uh, but in this one he has, but in this one he stops the Doug who of course killed the old man's dog, and brings him to justice by stabbing him in the back and shooting him in the face, ending the special. And so yeah, so overall, I really thought this special was solid. I really wanted more of it, but what we got, it was a solid 15-minute Punisher project. So yeah, so I guess if I were to give a score to that, I would give it a 3 out of 5. I would like to see would want more, but it was not too bad, honestly. But so yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Punisher One Last Kill in the comments below, and peace out. Bye, and stay tuned for another epic video.